Many used to say it wasn't possible to make a good movie about Superman, or that he was simply too difficult a character to work with, because he was supposedly perfect, almost like a god. But what James Gunn proved is that Superman is only a challenge for people who don't know how to tell stories, or don't really understand who this character is. Because Superman is, in fact, just a regular citizen. A young man trying to live his life and, like many young people, trying to change the world by doing something good and meaningful, but who ends up running into the same thing we all inevitably face in life: reality. Because deep down, it seems like all of us want to do something we believe is the right thing. The main antagonist of the film, Lex Luthor, tries to destroy Superman because he still wants to see, in himself and, according to him, in the human race, at least some small capacity to achieve something great. He represents the powerful who can't stand to see anything greater than themselves, and who want to dominate, control, and hold power over everything around them. At the height of arrogance, he thinks only of himself, sees himself as superior in every way, and treats everyone else as mere servants or pieces in his game board, even an entire country, ruled by one of his puppets. While the robots in the Fortress of Solitude show us that technology can be integrated into our lives and used as a powerful ally, in Luthor's hands, it can be twisted and even attract lost people who follow his example and truly believe they can build some kind of utopian tech-based republic behind a screen, just pressing a few buttons, hiding from reality. Due to Lex Luthor actions, Superman is called to question and watch completely fall apart the very thing that gave meaning to his life, his own understanding of the mission he had in this world. As often happens to all of us, Clark Kent thought he had something to do in a very specific way, but reality showed him a very different path. The revelation of Superman's biological parents' message to him makes us question: are we defined and determined by our parents, destined to inherit their legacies even if those legacies come from a dark and painful past? The answer comes from Clark's wonderful American parents, especially the sweet, emotional, soft-hearted Jonathan Kent, in a classic return to one's true roots and to one's true mentor. In one sentence, Mr. Kent tells us that,
"It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me."
Sorry, wrong movie, I guess. But let me know in the comments if you would like to see a video on Batman Begins.
Oh, really?
Now, as I was saying, your choices, your actions, that's what makes you who you are. And this particular theme in the movie is very interesting, because a lot has been said online about the film supposedly having some kind of ideological bias, and the writer-director himself even encouraged that discussion. But with such a traditional character, the movie can actually be seen as a big tribute to traditional Western values. It's the story of a young man who finds out his biological parents were imperialist, genocidal members of a race that preached domination over other peoples and believed men could have harems. Meanwhile, he was raised on a small farm in the middle of the United States, with the traditional values of Western civilization: service, love, community, brotherhood, and the common good. This simple, inescapable structure breaks apart any real attempt at pushing a revolutionary or authoritarian bias in the final result of the film. Following the same logic, the movie, by telling the story of a young man who came from another planet, also brings up a timeless question: what is distinctively human? What makes us different from other animals or even from other planet races? James Gunn says that we are free to choose what we do and how we act. We don't have to follow the terrible footsteps of our race or our ancestors who try to impose their legacy on us. Even if we've inherited something dark, we can still choose the path of love, just like Superman did, by embracing the values of his traditional American family. And here we circle back to our antagonist. Because in his arrogance and pride, he acts as if being human is defined only by where we're born, while the movie reminds us of something else: that human dignity comes from the fact that we share the same nature. As the Superman's country once said, all men are created equal. They are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If we choose to see others with compassion, we can see each person in our community as a brother and a friend who might need help.
you?
A friend.
When we live that way, we experience, in our daily and ordinary life, the beautiful feeling of using our freedom to freely choose to do what is good. This love for life is one of Superman's greatest strengths. Yes, he's a regular citizen, just like every one of us, but more than that, he loves the world and life passionately. The first thing he does when a monster spits fire at him is check if everyone around him is okay. He's also compassionate, caring and tender to the woman he saves, gently placing her on a rooftop and saying a few kind words to calm her down. And when he has to face a giant monster in the city, even then, he tries to see that creature as something worthy of being studied, contemplated, and preserved, respected in its nature, and placed somewhere it can't hurt anyone. Meanwhile, the other supposedly and not yet heroes of the Justice Gang just want to destroy the creature, shoot first and only then not ask any questions. They see Superman in chains, they see wars breaking out, and still they hide behind a false sense of neutrality, as if they shouldn't intervene unless their boss sends them in. Deep down, they're completely unaware of their duties, powers, and responsibilities, and just will eliminate the enemy assigned to them, leave the scene, and go back to their corner, almost like someone who just doesn't want to be bothered by the world around them. But not Superman. Not even a little cat is allowed to die on his watch. And as if saving a cat and trying to find the good in a misunderstood monster weren't enough, Superman literally loves and tries to save his own enemies, while they came dangerously close to killing him in battle. If you enjoyed this video, watch now the complete breakdown on Superman.